Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Anyone who criticizes you cares about your friendship. Anyone who makes light of your faults cares nothing about you. Criticizing a friend is like melting an ingot. It will either become refined or it will disappear. A friend who conceals a secret which concerns you is more disloyal towards you than one who tells a secret of yours. For the one who tells your secret is simply betraying you, but the one who conceals one from you is betraying you and also mistrusting you. Do not try to be friends with those who scorn you. You will gain nothing from it but deception and shame. And do not scorn those who try to be friends with you. To do so is a form of injustice, and it would be failing to respond to their kindness. And this is bad. Anyone who is forced to mix with men should on no account tell his companion everything that passes through his mind. When he leaves him, he must always behave as if he were a desperate enemy. When he wakes up each morning, he should always expect his friend to betray him and do evil. Expect them to behave exactly like his sworn enemies. If nothing of the sort happens, he should praise Allah. If it does, then at least he should be well prepared and the shock will be less. For myself, I tell you, I had a friend who had sworn friendship. Sincere, pure friendship for bad time or good, for richer or poorer, in anger and in satisfaction. This friend changed her attitude towards me in most hateful way. After 12 years of perfect friendship and for an absolutely futile reason which I would never have believed could influence such a man, she has never reconciled with me since, and this has made me very sad for many years. However, one should not do bad things and follow the example of wicked men and traitors. On the contrary, we should learn from this example that the path that we should take. It is perilous and difficult to follow, and a man would do well to advance as carefully as a pin-tailed grouse, more cautiously than the magpie, until he turns off the road trodden by mankind and makes his way towards his Lord. This road leads to victory, so we are told by religion and also by the world, the man who follows it will keep the pure intention of healthy souls who are true to their promises, men without guile and trickery. He will possess the virtues of the elect, the character of virtues. And moreover, he will feel as safe as the worst deceivers, as free from care as the evildoers, as the most wicked and cunning people. You should keep any secret that is confided to you and not reveal it to any friend or stranger, even the men closest to you. If you are at all able to keep it, you should be true to everyone who trusts you, and do not yourself trust in anyone in affairs which you want to succeed except when absolutely necessary. And even when you should stop and think again and make a personal effort and draw strength from Allah. Be generous with your superfluous possessions and strength to help others, whether they ask you or not, and to help anyone who needs you and whom you are able to help, even if he does not expressly come to you for help. Do not expect any help in return from anyone except Allah the Almighty. As you go on your way, always remember that the first person you help will be the first to do harm and turn against you. Indeed, because of their profound jealousy, men of bad character detest those that help them when they see that the latter are better off. In your social life, treat every human being as graciously as you can. If someone comes to you with defects and problems that arise in the normal course of life, do not let them know that you do not like them. In this way, you shall live in peace and quiet. When you give advice, do not give it only on condition that it will be taken. Do not intercede only on the condition that your intercession is accepted. Do not make a gift only on the condition that you will be recompensed. Do it only in order to practice virtue and to do what you should do when giving advice, interceding, and being generous. The definition of friendship between two extremes: what makes one friend sad makes the other sad too. What makes one happy makes the other happy too. Any relationship less than this is not friendship. Anyone who answers to this description is a friend. A man may be the friend of someone who is not his friend, for a man can love someone who hates him. This is the case above all with father and their sons, brother and brother, husband and wife, and all of those in whom friendship has become burning love. Not every friend is a counselor, although every counselor, by giving advice, shows himself to be a friend. The definition of advice is that the man giving it feels bad about what harms his friend, whether the latter feels good or bad about it, and he feels happy about what is good for him, whether his friend is happy or unhappy about it. This is the added factor which a counselor has, which goes beyond the limit of simple friendship. There's no virtue which so much resembles a vice as the faculty of having many friends and acquaintances. But it is really a perfect virtue made up of various qualities, since friends are only gained by tolerance, generosity, patience, loyalty, sign of affection, shared feelings, and moderation. It is important to protect one's friends, teach them what one knows, and to win over them by every kind of praiseworthy action. We do not mean mercenaries or those who follow us in our days of glory. They are thieves of the title of friendship. They deceive friendship. You think that they are friends and they are not. The proof is that they abandon you when fortune abandons you. Nor do we mean those who make friends for a particular purpose, nor do we mean drinking companions, nor those who gang together to commit crimes, to attack people's honor, to satisfy their unhealthy curiosity, or for any other useless objective. These are not friends at all. The proof is that they speak evil of each other, and that they disperse as soon as the evil interests which brought them together are finished. We only mean to speak of those pure friends who unite only in the love of Allah, either to help each other to make some real virtue triumph, or to taste the pleasure of the only true kind of friendship. If one commits the fault of having too many friends, there is the difficulty of keeping them all happy, the dangers of associating with them, the duties which fall on us when they are subject to trials. For if you betray them or let them down, you will be criticized and blamed. But if, on the other hand, you are true to them, you will harm yourself to the extent that you could lose your own life. And this choice is the only one acceptable to the virtuous man if he wishes to be true to his friendship. If one thinks of the worries which we have from the misfortunes which come upon them or which come upon us because of them, death, separation, betrayal of one among them, one will see that the joy brought by these friends is overweighed by the painful sadness which they cause. There's nothing among the vices which is so like a virtue as the desire to be praised. Indeed, if someone sings or praises in our presence, we would be silly to believe it, knowing everything that the tradition has taught us about flatterers. However, praise may be useful in encouraging someone to do fewer bad things and more good things. It may lead the person who hears it to desire to have characters similar to the one who has been praised. Thus, I feel that rules of the world met one of those people who spread evil wherever they go and who are said to have done evil things, and he received him with praise. He had heard his praises sung on everywhere, he said. On every side, people spoke of nothing but his good deeds and his generosity. After this, the criminal could not possibly do wrong.